to benefit from the death of the nation. And therefore, they are presiding over a systematic and gradual death of this and current generation. And these are police officers, for example, ngao officers, public prosecution officials who are taking bribes from drug barons and those who are transporting drugs so that the law doesn't catch up with them. So we have a problem. And this is the solution. The solution is that for us in national security, we cannot afford a day extra in talking about what we need to do when we know what we need to do. For example, there are all these tensions between agencies and the two levels of government, including national government and county governments. We have no quarrel with the departmental jurisdictions of agencies or even the functional mandates of county governments vis-à-vis national government. But we want to remind the country that national security is not a devolved function. And therefore, anything that threatens national security, we will go out of our way to prevent further harm, and we will not wait for the discussions around whether this falls under this level of government or this other level of government. I was in Kirinyaga, Your Excellency, a day before you went there for the mass burial of 17 Kenyans who died from one village because poison was sold to them. And this poison had actually been, it was an exhibit which was supposed to be used in court. Police officers in the local police station sold that exhibit to the person who used that exhibit to kill 17 people. I want to thank the Inspector General of Police and the service commanders, because every time the government has requested the National Police Service to make decisions on rowdy and patriotic and criminal officers, the Inspector General of Police and the service commanders have cooperated fully, and they have not come back to us flagging the independence that institutions like flagging around when they want to undermine the national interest. I'm grateful, IG Kome, because those officers who sold those exhibits were sacked on the same day and they were charged with murder. They are in court. They are going to face the crime, or they are going to face charges of the offense of murder. And you see that example of 17 people from one village lying in caskets on the same day. What is the difference between that and what terrorists do? In some parts of our country, it's the same thing, isn't it? And therefore, for us, this discussion is not even about departmental and agency tough wars. It is beyond county and national government discussions around mandates. And so we will not wait to ask who has licensed what. Once we discover certain outlets, buildings, facilities are threatening the survival of the nation, we shut them up, we shut them down. We will be able to discuss these other things about licensing later on. Because we cannot allow a murderer to continue murdering Kenyans because they are licensed by whatever agency or whatever level of government. We are going to change the country's transfer policy. Any official in the law enforcement and public service space who, through action or inaction, contributes to the death of Kenyans, through negligence, they allow dangerous criminals organized criminals, including drug barons, to have their way to access